Okay, students. The next session we have started. There will be 4 sessions in one day because each session is 40 minutes. There will be 4 sessions in a day, and after every 40 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay. So I have told you how to find the vector PQ when the 2 points are given P and Q. And now the negative vector or the opposite vector is a vector if the 2 vectors have the same magnitude but opposite in direction. They are called the opposite vectors. If the 2 vectors have the same magnitude but opposite in direction, they are called the opposite vectors. Opposite or negative. If we multiply any vector with -1, if we multiply any vector with -1, we will get the opposite vector or the negative vector. 6961 earlier. So if we multiply 2 vectors, opposite vectors or the negative vectors, if the 2 vectors have the same magnitude but opposite in direction, they are called opposite vectors or the negative vectors. They must have the same magnitude but opposite in direction. They must have the same magnitude but opposite in direction. They are called the negative vector. So if we are given a vector PQ, for example, if we are given a vector AB, that is equal to 2i plus 3j minus 5k. Suppose we have a vector AB 2i plus 3j minus 5k, and we are asked to find the opposite vector. That means vector BA. How to find vector BA? We will multiply it by -1. BA will be equal to minus into the vector AB. The same vector is multiplied with negative sign. We will get the opposite vector BA. So it will become minus into 2i. AB is 2i plus 3j minus 5k. It will become minus 2i minus 3j plus 5k. This is the vector BA. 2i minus 3j plus 5k is the vector BA. BA is opposite of AB. BA is equal to opposite of AB. Both vectors must have the same magnitude but opposite in direction. The 2 vectors are said to be opposite vectors if they have the same magnitude but opposite direction. They are called the Aslam 64286. Mariam Imran 62173. 6217. Riyan Shahid 64564. Riyan Shahid 64254. So Asad Aslam and Mohammed Asad Aslam. Okay. So this is the negative vector is a vector which is equal in magnitude with the given vector and opposite in sign. They are called the negative vector. How to find the negative vector of a given vector or opposite vector of a given vector? We will multiply simply by -1. We will multiply simply by -1. So we will get the opposite vector or the negative of the vector. Now, one term we are using here, the magnitude. How to find the magnitude of a given vector? Six one eight double nine Faisal Javed. 61 double nine Faisal Javed. Okay, how to find the magnitude of the vector? This Asad Aslam and Faisal Javed, you have missed the first session. You have missed the first session. You are coming late. Okay. How to find the magnitude of a given vector? So magnitude of a vector, magnitude means the length of the vector. Magnitude means the length of the vector. So how to find magnitude of the vector AB? Suppose how to find the magnitude of the vector AB? We will write vector AB and we put the sign of modulus. The sign of modulus is showing the magnitude of the vector. Magnitude of the vector AB. So that will be equal to root the square of the x component, that is square of the 2, square of the x component, plus the square of the y component, plus the square of the z component, minus k square. Square of the I component plus the square of the j component plus the square of the k component, all will be added. And it will become under root 4 plus 9 plus 25. It will become 38, under root 38. This is the magnitude. This is the magnitude. You may convert into the decimal by using your calculator. Under root 38 maybe become 6 point something. 6 point something. So just remember, there is no plus minus sign with the under root. Generally we write, when we take the square root of any number, we will write plus minus sign. But magnitude always be plus there is no negative sign. Magnitude always be plus. There is no negative sign with the magnitude. If we are finding the magnitude, don't write plus, minus, under root. Don't write only the plus. No negative sign. And we are taking the square of even the negative number, we'll get the positive sign. So the magnitude of this one, AB, will become under root 38. In the same way, if you find the magnitude of BA, that will become under root minus 2 square plus minus 3 square plus 5 square. It will become 4 plus 9 plus 25. The answer is root 38. So just you have seen that AB, magnitude of AB is equal to root 38. Magnitude of BA is also root 38. Both have the same magnitude because they were the opposite vectors. They have the same magnitude but opposite in direction only. This is positive, this is negative. So in this way we will find the magnitude. In this way we will find the magnitude of the vector AB and the vector BA. So we will take the square of the I component plus the square of the j component plus the square of the k component, and we will take the sum of all the squares, and then we will take the under root square root of the sum. In this way we will find the magnitude. So another thing which we are using in the vectors, that is the magnitude as well as direction. So how to find the direction? We will find the direction of the vector with the three axes: x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. For example, the vector is making an angle alpha with the x-axis, beta with the y-axis and gamma with the z-axis. So we'll find the direction cosines. The direction of the vectors can be represented by the direction cosines. The direction of the vector can be represented by the direction cosines. What is the direction cosine? Direction cosine is the cos of the angle with their respective axis. For example, with the x-axis, it will become cos alpha. With the y-axis, it will be cos beta, and with the z-axis will be cos gamma. If we are asked to find the direction cosine, we will find the cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. No need to find alpha, beta and gamma. Just cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Unless you are asked to find the angle alpha. If you are asked to find direction cosines, we will find cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma only. But if we are asked to find the angle alpha, angle beta, angle gamma, then we are supposed to find alpha, beta and gamma. Unless we will find only the cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. How to find the cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, the direction cosines? This is the magnitude. Direction cosines. Sayyid Saimul Hassan Naqvi 64051. Saimul Hassan Naqvi. Okay. Time you have missed the first session as well as half of the second session. You must be on time so that you will not waste anything. Okay. So direction cosine, how to find? I told you that vector is making the angle alpha with the x-axis, angle beta with the y-axis, and angle gamma with the z-axis. So how to find the direction cosine? Cos alpha will be equal to the I component of the vector, that is x upon the magnitude of the vector, x square plus y square plus z square, and then this is the magnitude. The x component, the square of the x component plus the square of the y component plus the square of the z component. That will be the magnitude of the vector. So x component divided by the magnitude will give the cos alpha. In the same way, cos beta, y upon the magnitude of the vector, x square plus y square plus z square, and cos gamma. Gamma is the angle with the z axis. Z upon x square plus y square plus z square. This is cos gamma. So cos alpha, x upon the magnitude of the vector, cos beta, y component divided by the magnitude of the vector, cos gamma, the z component divided by the magnitude of the vector. So this is the way how to find the direction cosines. Now if we are taking the vector AB and we are asked to find the direction cosines of the vector AB. So how to find cos alpha of the direction vector AB? It will become cos alpha. Vector, we are taking the particular vector. Cos alpha will be equal to 2 upon the magnitude was under root 38. In the same way, cos beta 3 upon under root 38 and cos gamma minus 5 upon under root 38. In this way, we will find the direction cosines of the given vector. Direction cosine of the given vector AB. Cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. So I think you have understood the magnitude, how to find the magnitude, how to find the direction. When we are asked to find the direction cosines, we will find this one only. No need to find cos inverse. No need to find the angle alpha by taking the cos inverse of 2 upon under root 38. Unless we are asked to find the angle. If we are asked to find direction cosine, so this is the direction cosine only. These are the direction cosines. No need to find the cos inverse of 2 upon root 38, cos inverse 3 upon root 38, cos inverse of minus 5 upon root 38. No need. Yes, if you are asked to find alpha, angle alpha, beta and gamma, then we will take the cos inverse of each one. Then we'll take the cos inverse of each one. And remember, these are not the angles of the triangle. If you are finding alpha, beta and gamma, so just remember alpha, beta and gamma are not the angles of a triangle. So the sum of these angles, not necessarily it should be equal to 180. It may be some negative number. It may be more than 180. Whatever it is, there is no need to find the sum. The sum will not be 180. It may be 180. It may be more than 180. It may be less than 180. It may be negative number. Whatever it is. But this is not an angle of the triangle, alpha, beta, gamma. So there is no need to find their sum. And don't expect that their sum should be equal to 180. Because these are not the angles of the triangle. They are some 3 different angles. But alpha will be from 0 to 180. In the same way, beta will be equal to 0 to 180. In the same way, gamma will be equal to 0 to 180 angle. It may be 0 or it may be more than 0. And up to 180. Should not be more than 180. Each angle should be 0 to 180. If you find the angles. Here we are only finding the cosine, direction cosine. So this is the way how to find the direction cosines. Number 3, the unit vector. First we find how to find the vectors when the 2 points are given. Then we found how to find the magnitude of a vector. Then we find how to find the direction cosines of the vector. Now we will find the unit vector. How to find the unit vector? Unit vector is also called the direction vector. Unit vector is also called the direction vector. This is called direction vector. How to find the unit vector? You know that the magnitude of AB was under root 38. The magnitude of the vector AB was under root 38, not 1. If the magnitude is 1, that is called the unit vector. If the magnitude is 1, that is called the unit vector. Here the magnitude is not 1. Here the magnitude is under root 38. That means 6 point something. Now how to find the unit vector of AB? That means the direction vector of AB. Unit vector. First of all, we'll find the magnitude of the vector. For example, we are asked to find the unit vector in the direction of AB. Unit vector in the direction of AB. So we will find the magnitude of the given vector, a vector AB. So magnitude we already found. That is 38, under root 38. This is the magnitude. After that, we will find the unit vector. Vector itself divided by the magnitude. Vector itself divided by the magnitude. This is the formula to find the unit vector. So here the magnitude is, here the vector itself is 2I plus 3j minus 5k divided by the magnitude, that is under root 38. That is under root 38. Now we'll separate into the components. It will be 2 upon under root 38I plus 3 upon under root 38 j plus, minus 5 upon under root 38 in. This is the unit vector in the direction of the vector AB. This is the unit vector in the direction of the vector AB. I told you unit vector is that vector whose magnitude is 1. Whose magnitude is 1. If you find the magnitude of the unit vector, we have to take the square of this one, square of this one, square of this one, plus, and then take the square root. We will take the magnitude of the unit vector, it should be equal to 1. We take the magnitude. If it is unit vector, its magnitude should be equal to 1. It will be equal to, take the square of this one, we are finding the magnitude. How to find the magnitude? Take the square of the component I plus the square of the component plus minus 5 upon root 38 square whole under root. Now it will become square of 2 under root. The square of 2 will be 4. The square of under root 38 square and under root are cancelled, only 38 plus the square of 3 will be 9 upon under root and square cancelled, 38 plus square of minus 5 will be 25 upon root 38. Now if we add them, LCM is, sorry, under root is cancelled with the square. Take the LCM. LCM is 38. 4 plus 9 plus 28 plus 25, sorry. That will become 38. 38 upon 38. The answer is 1. So that is equal to, magnitude is 1. Magnitude will become 1. So this is the unit vector. Magnitude became 1. Therefore, this is the unit vector. Unit vector whose magnitude must be equal to 1. I think you have understood how to find the unit vector. Now, addition of the vectors. If we are adding the two vectors, A and B, so vector A, vector B, etc., adding two vectors. So, I component will be added in the I component, J component will be added in the J component, and K component will be added in the K component. Just remember. So this is the way how to find the sum of the two vectors or three vectors or the four vectors. I components will be added with the I component, J component will be added with the J component, K components will be added with the K components. So addition of vectors. So here one more thing, unit vector, this is that cos alpha I, cos beta j, and cos gamma k. So unit vector is cos alpha I plus cos alpha j plus cos alpha k. That is the cos alpha I plus cos beta j plus cos gamma k. This is the unit vector. Because this is the direction cosine, cos alpha, this is cos beta, and this is cos gamma. Okay. Now we'll find the addition of the two vectors. Addition and subtraction of the vectors. Addition and subtraction of the vectors. Have you understood this? How to find the vectors when the 2 points are given? Number 2, how to find the negative vector? The vector will be multiplied with -1, or we will change the sign of each component, that will become the negative vector. And then we find how to find the magnitude. We will take the square of the x component, I component, square of the j component, square of the k component, add them and take the square root. This is the magnitude. How to find the direction cosine? I component is divided by magnitude, j component is divided by the magnitude. Cos alpha will be equal to I component divided by the magnitude. Cos beta, j component divided by the magnitude, and cos gamma, k component of the magnitude. Then we find the unit vector. If the whole vector is divided by the magnitude, that is called the unit vector. We'll separate into I component, j component, k component. In this way, we will find the unit vector. So these are the things we learned till now. How to find the vector when the 2 points are given, how to find the magnitude, how to find the direction cosine, and how to find the unit vector, and how to find the negative of a vector. Now we will add, we'll do the addition and subtraction of the two vectors. Addition and subtraction of the two vectors. Okay. Now the session is going to